Kinsey, I played, uh, what was his name? Kevin Braun, another German ancestry, you know. I think it's just the look, you know. I have a face that can look Germanic. Is that the word I'm looking for? Germanic? I look, I could pass for German. I
Yeah,
don't,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
until I open my
yeah.
mouth and then,
No, I think
and
you can do a German accent.
I can. I have.
You go through.
Strudel. I have like, I
Strudel.
can do the strudel. I spent some time in Berlin and it was great. Uh, I filmed a TV thing in Berlin and it was wonderful. I I love the country. I love the people,
How about
you
the
know,
food?
the food. The food was great. I it's fun. I enjoyed traveling, you know. And the language was it's always a little barrier, but it's so much fun to
But many people in German, they do speak English.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, more than Americans speak German, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
So we don't seem to worry much about
No,
but
why should they?
I guess. I guess.
I have
But
to
it
come. I have to go back to that who you know
mhm.
topic. You appeared in 4 Stephen King movies. Is it
Yeah.
because you know Stephen King?
No.
You don't.
No.
How did you end up in 4 Stephen King movies?
Well, what did I wait a minute. Oh, no, it was because of Frank Darabont, the director. He met I did Tales from the Crypt, the first episode of Tales from the Crypt in Los Angeles, and it sort of put me on the map. It was it was a big enough role, and he's an executioner who loves his work. Um, and so he's funny, but he's also dangerous, you know. He's and Frank Darabont was a writer for Tales from the Crypt. So we connected that way, and he said, "I'm going to do this movie, Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption." And I said, "Great." And I auditioned again. I auditioned for it, and I got the. I think Frank enjoyed working with me and other, other actors in the film. Um, he sort of pulled together this little collection of people that he liked to work with, and they made a great movie, you know. So the next time he did a film, it was The Green Mile, and he chose some of the same actors again. So I ended up in that one, and then in The Mist he did it again. Um, but it was because of Frank. The last Stephen King movie that I did was Salem's Lot, and Frank didn't direct that, and I think I was just a uh, I don't know. I think they were thinking, well, we can't make a Stephen King movie without William Sadler, so
I hope so. I hope they
because
realize that.
he's good in those, and they're good movies, so let's put him in this one.
Yeah.
And it was
I haven't seen Salem's Lot yet. They are not available. It's not
it's
available on
wonderful,
Netflix. So
scary. Oh my God,
really, what
there's
do you want?
vampires. I'm not a big fan
All
of.
right,
I
it
don't
was
like.
that small town hunted by a vampire, something like that. This is
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Jerusalem. Sa Yeah, Salem's Lot. but it's a terrifying. He's so good. It's writing scary, you know.
Yeah,
I am not a, and I get scared easy. I don't know why that is. I am not a. Doesn't take much to frighten me, and
I can relate
so
to that. Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, yeah. So
Um,
I ended up doing a lot of Stephen King.
that brings me up to my next topic. You mostly play villains.
Hmm. Why?
Why? Why isn't it? You say someone has to play them. Someone has to play that villain, that bad guy. So why not me? Gives me more roles.
If they're they tend to be pretty interesting roles, and if you can't be Bruce Willis in Die Hard, be the it's a if you can't be James Bond, be Doctor No. You know, um, they're fascinating characters. These bad people. I don't really know why Hollywood. When I got to Hollywood, they took one look at me and said, villain. But they did. I mean, right away they took one look and said, yeah, no, he could kill 8 people and then sit there and eat a sandwich while they bled to death. He's like, I don't know, and I'm one of the nicest people I know. You know, I I don't I've never killed anybody. I don't I've never crashed a plane. I don't, but I'm a good enough actor, and you need somebody with who can crank up the the stakes, so that the hero has to have somebody big to overcome, or else,
But you're
and
doing a fantastic job.
thank you.
Speaking of job, do you remember or do you know which movie or TV show gave you a boost in your career, in your acting career? When did you see that? Oh, I get recognized. Do you think with
The
after what movie or TV show or show?
After, well, Shawshank was a um sh- when Shawshank came out, there was a it didn't do very well in the movie theaters, but but it caught on in video rentals. People went to Blockbuster Video and rented it. Um, and Ted Turner put it on Turner Classic Movies every night, you know, or once a week or something. It was always on the Turner Classic Movies, um, and that made a that made a big difference. People recognized me from that film. The TV show that I think did that as well was Roswell. I did a show called Roswell for 3 years and played the sheriff. Um, and it was great fun. It was really great fun. I enjoy doing episodic that way. Um, yeah, yeah. And the whole first season, I was the villain. I was the one who was chasing. I was the biggest threat that the kids had until they saved my son's life at the end of the first season. And in the second season, I flipped over completely. Now I'm trying to save them. Now I'm trying to protect them. And so it was a really nice, again, it was this journey that the character went on. Um, but the funny thing that happens with television is you're in, it's different from movies. If you go to the movie, with television, for some reason, you're in their living rooms or you're in their kitchen or their bedrooms. And if a weekly show, you're in there every week in their homes, in close up, you know? So it's
in
like
their comfort zone. Yeah,
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 and all of a sudden you get now you really get recognized because you're a really familiar face, you know? And now then you get you get recognized going to the grocery store or going, you know,
yeah. I
wherever you go.
I can see that with the TV shows. I can every time a great TV show ends after the fourth, fifth, sixth season.
Mhm.
Oh no, I need to see them again. Why did it end?
Why did they take it
Why
off?
did they do this? Why
I
did
know,
they?
I didn't want that show to end. I thought it was great, and I was making
Then
money.
you want to see more from these actors and actresses. You want
Yeah,
and that's when it started. You're right. TV shows are much better for getting
but it
recognized.
used to be it used to be before the advent of digital streaming services, you would do a movie, people would go to the movies and see you in the film, but then that's it. They wouldn't see you again until 2 years later when they see you in another movie or something. When you're in a TV show that's on every week, week after week after week after week that they like, um, they you you belong to them,
Yeah, it's part of
you
a
know?
family. It's
They
part
get
of my family. Mondays at 8 p.m. They are
they
part
get
of my family.
yeah,
They
they
come
get
into
very
my living
possessive.
room.
Yeah, that's my show, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Um,
I need to get into a TV show. uh, Going back to music, William, will they? I don't know if you already released one, but will there ever be if you have not be an album, music album from you and your band, or are you going on tour? On
there's a I'll tell you, I I made an album.
Oh, you already did.
Uh, I did.
Oh,
Um, and if you can hold on for 1 second,
I'm not going
I'll
anywhere.
get it. Don't go near it.
Don't turn the computer off.
Talk
Don't.
among yourselves.
Yeah, yeah, I do. I dance a little bit.